Okay, so I did a double take tonight for the Wendy Williams. Meeting Wendy Williams, networking with her, knowing her. I'm really not shocked and surprised that this happened to Wendy Williams. She hit our family, she hit our house, she hit certain ones individually. And karma will find you. I'm not saying any human deserves this. But I'm saying what we do in this life finds us. We have to apologize. We have to repent. And we have to find common religious ground as well as common sense ground. Wendy Williams' social media is lighting up with that topic. I didn't want to cover it. I don't think I'm going to spend too much time on it, or I might come back to it. Gatekeepers attacking Wendy Williams, because that's exactly what's happened. Same way how they're doing Wendy Williams is a way is what happened to me. Sunny Sonia, theatrical, major breakdown. Okay, so I took down some notes, and I really don't even want to cover this, but it just hit me in a way where it reminded me of myself, what happened to me in my household. Trusting the people, a marriage relationship, told I was never married, diamond rings, and then women walking around with the same exact wedding ring, him taking my money, buying women, stealing money, giving it to women, hiring random women to take care of my children, people in and out of my house like maniacs, you name it. And I'm sure you get the documentary out there on the reality show that they got streaming. But these gatekeepers, this mental health, what's going on with her, the guardianship, suing Wendy Williams, her condition, the doctor, everything is just shiesty business, and it's sad. And her son, Kevin Jr., hot mess, rich and spoiled, don't know how to spend and manage money, because we don't know behind the scenes if that's how she even let him be. And maybe he means no harm. But we have to teach our children, and then when something happens to the marriage, the mom and the dad, they go apart. The child suffers, and then they act out. And that's exactly what's happening with him, as well as, because I don't want to say he stole anything, and you may have evidence, but I'm not going to say it on my podcast, because I have to, again, be careful and precaution on my podcast, not to get it flagged. But this docuseries on Lifetime, Wendy Williams, her support system, the abusers, family not protecting her, the comeback, not being successful, and I've experienced all of that. People not, they're gatekeepers. That's all it is. Gatekeepers, gatekeeping, honey. The bloggers got plenty of facts for you. I don't have fact checks here, but I just kind of want to speak on it a little. I think I'm only going to do 10 minutes of this. Kevin's ex, rock bottom, drugs, women, gatekeepers. Maybe he's a part of that Diddy stuff too. I don't know, allegedly. But I'm going to leave that alone right there. The media using it as clickbait and taking off with her. When you have a documentary, I hear people out there in the blog saying they're using Wendy. They're making money. Wendy's making money, but they're making money. That's usually how it goes. There's a team that gets together. You make money. Everybody make money. That's what you do. Because she need money, so obviously she must agree so that she can make a comeback. Well, that's what it's about. A reality show is to make money, so that you can have money to set aside for whatever incentives or project management or just lifetime savings. But that's what it's made for. But it's not made for her to get ripped, robbed, kidnapped like what they doing. People need to get in there now and save her life. And I'm willing to get in and help how I can with ENISED political truth, civil rights, after a while, because I'm just now really getting in on what's been going on, because I didn't really care because of what she done to our family. And it's hard for me to say that, but yeah, I am a person with a heart, and I am concerned, and I am very angry. I worked with her. She did some gruesome stuff, turning her back, taking the money, a setup type of, like on the verge of being an op. So you're going to get karma back when you do dirty, grimy stuff to people, mainly to good people, But sharing this podcast, talking about her estate, her finance. These people should have her best interests at heart, you know, because her management is wrong. Family members can't get to her is wrong. Government guardianship is conspiracy when government does, especially if you people of color. They've been doing black folks dirty for years. That's that Emancipation Proclamation bull crap. You know, you're going to pay the white people for being in our country, you know, because we have to pay a tax for that as well. A lot of some hidden handbooks in this country is sick. And that's why everybody need to get a passport and get out of the United States of America. By actually doing dual citizenship, okay? That's a great investment. And not everybody in America is bad. I'm born in America. You know, but other people and who are making money, the driver, the manager, the assistant, I don't really know where they best interest is, if they got interest at heart, because you can get on an interview and cry, you can sob, you can, you know, clang crystals together and say it's one holy ritual thing, and then it could be something totally different when you get behind closed doors, you know. So it's sad, and unfortunately in Hollywood, that's how. So speaking from aspect of psychology background, license taken, exploited, blacklisted, blackmailed, raped, drugged, beat by my own culture, people of color, people that I pour billions and millions of dollars into, did this to me. And this is why I would never, ever help them again, ever. I don't care where they are. I don't care who you are. And it's going to take a God in heaven for him to point out who I should help, because I won't be doing it. And you should always have somebody around you. She has her, I guess, family working with her. But family, a lot of times, is the main people. Those closest to you is the main people that will do you dirty. She needs to get connected with some attorneys that she can trust, because everything is all about greed when money is involved. You know, she needs to, get the doctors investigated. Her sister, they said, was a monster, with this wealth protection, as well as Kevin, and then Kevin Jr. and whomever else, you know, mom, dad, I don't know. I guess they saying everybody is dirty. The legal team, finances, her well-being, monitoring her assets, monitoring her well-being, monitoring the medicine intake, monitoring her spiritual well-being, her behavior, giving her what she wants. It's not good. You never give an addict a drink. If they're in rehab, they're there for a reason. And not even, oh, you're doing good, here's a drink. That was a setup. Oh, you're doing real good, here's a little pint of crack. It's just a dime. No. Anything for rehab, you're there to get what? Cleanse from it. Not to get because what's sense of doing that? Then you shouldn't come in rehab. So, it's so hard going through this myself. It's so hard going through this myself, witnessing. It reminds me of that stupid movie that my ex did, and my children had to see this, and industry friends and colleagues and workers had to see this. The Halls of Vicious. I sued the mess out of them. And the other film that Janita Patton did and bragged about having that she was working on till I hit it hard. And those affiliated with them, because you don't do stuff like that. Now that's grimy. That's dirty and low down. You see me, watch me, study me just to take my life and everything I have. Say you family, keep my children, trafficking. Say you got my best estates and will at heart, but you're lying. My family don't know what happened. They don't even know you. You never introduced yourself. You went out the door with suitcases, fake flights, like you was going to go get my mother and father and sister and brother and people. And it was just staged. Everything was always staged from the very beginning. Being a young girl, pregnated, being a young girl in a marriage, and just to be played, just to be used, just to mistreat my children. Because nothing was ever real. And the whole time, you in a fake catfishing relationship, because this person not even a man. He's a freak-off gay person. He's in the LGBT community like crazy, like fishes in the sea, swimming up and down, going in and out of the water like mermaids. And I'm thinking it's a straight cat, straight guy straight for religion, going to church, and come to find out you hiring other men to put on and wear your face, disguise, get into bed with me, and then set me up, pregnancies by people in your family or a friend, and children being birthed, and you're not the father, and you can throw that out at me while head is spinning around like Medusa, and got me looking crazy in these streets, have me locked up, drugged, and then paint and write on the paperwork, oh, she's nuts, she's crazy, here, we got the footage. No way. My foot ain't coming off of nobody's neck. So, this is what Wendy Williams, she needs to go get her life. She's catching karma. She may not make it back. A lot of people that old don't. She is too gone. But I tell you, there's a God in heaven that is today, the same today, yesterday, and forevermore. And no matter what the gatekeepers do, God can remove witchcraft. He can remove illness and sicknesses. He can remove debt. He can remove plots. He can remove bad energy and frequencies. He can remove a bad name. That's what restoration is all about. You better act like you know some Jesus and get a whole lot more than just a little more Jesus. Highly weird. She's in New York. She's up there with those cults. Being a certain way, certain attitude, rude, obnoxious, bragging about being a bitch. This stuff will hit you back. Bragging about being controversy, low down, evil, mean. What we are witnessing is just karma hitting her back. I can't say it any other way. People are scared to say it. I'm not saying she deserved for guardianship from the government to pimp and play her. But when you pimp and play and do things to other people, it's going to come back on you. This is why I say be careful what you do. Be careful what you say. Be careful what you believe, feel, think, and what you stand for, because it will come back to you. The universe is alive, is breathing right along with you. Matter of fact, the oxygen is what helps you breathe when you start to lose your breath. You better recognize that. So I feel for Wendy, because being kidnapped, talked about, mistreated, controlled, possessed, sacrificed is not where it's at for anybody. Nope, it's not. And she needs to get people that love her, that she can trust. She needs to move these people who say that for her out the way. It's sad. You know, I wrote down the names on all of these social media, her Alex, her niece, the goddaughter, Kevin, the son, sister, you know, who just has no way of being able to access her. Then we see Black China, you know, visiting her, and other people, you know. Then we got everybody who's anybody talking about it out there, which is shining light on the situation, and that's good. Highlighting, you know, the media, the press, the guardianship accused of robbing other people and clients and sued for $30 million. $30 million is a lot of money. Sympathetic to the story, to her as a human to human, victim to victim. But again, we just have to be careful what we do. And I say ouch to my own self, ouch about my own life, ouch about my own circumstances, and ouch about the circumstances and the outcomes. But see, I found and always have had God. I lost my way along the way, but I never lost God. I never lost faith. I have to go get a renewing of the Holy Spirit, yes, because God will step right up out of you when you're defiling it. But he'll also move to the side just to let whatever's going to happen, because the devil want to test you, just to tear up some stuff to bring you back on top, because he that is last shall be first. You understand? So stay with it. Her suppliers, who is supplying Wendy with this stuff? Drugs, liquor, just a taste, just a sip, just a snort, just a little bit on my tongue or on my lips, just a little bit on the tip of my nose, just a little bit on my eyelashes or my eyebrow and then fall to my tongue. No, it's wrong. Too much excessive food. When you're recovering addict, you don't need to overeat. You don't need spices. You don't need acid things and foods and carbs and sugar, because that stuff is not good for you. But she need to do a whole complete wellness check and go straight vegan. Starting over. She needs to be milked and nourished on the wellness medical side. Psychiatrist, psychology side. Advice, she needs to be treated by those who she can trust, who have her best interests at heart. Doctors that are certified, see if they certified, investigate them. Caregivers, investigate them. Who are they working with? All the staffing, when they leave, who they meeting up with? Their whole entire contact, who they party with. Check emails. Check logs, flight logs, call logs, email logs, where they eat, where they dine, where they party, where they go and have a drink or a thought, you know. All of this stuff matters. Investigation. Old-fashioned detective. Because it's a pure D scandal and it's unfair. You don't do people grimy and think that you're not going to get it back. A lot of times people go grimy on people is when it's deserved. But not when people are, I'm not saying, well, you know, a lot of people might say a little different when it comes to Wendy, so I'm going to leave it alone. But I'm talking human to human, doing it the right way. I'm going to stay right there in that lane. So, they need to make sure trusted persons is monitored at all times, screened at all times with giving her treatment, Wendy. They need to follow up solutions with court hearings ASAP after this documentary, because you need to record everybody and get everybody together. Her supplements, where it's coming from, where they're ordering it from. Look, run the supplements through the police department and let them investigate what's inside of those supplements. Just how light or bad those drugs are that somebody is giving her. Is it street drugs? Are they making these drugs, bringing it to her? Yeah. Yep. All that matters. Get an attorney. I got reasonable cause, reasonable doubt. Here's evidence. Here's suspicious activity, behavior. Here's documentary. Here's this. Call up some paralegals. Start making some documents, some photos, some recordings. Oh, it can be done. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. Follow up on her money. Who's spending, who's spent. And then follow up on trusted people who will come to take care of her and help her manage her money. She got money out there to get these, to file bankruptcy and start all over with these trusted industries that can help and do fact check, do investigation for you. Just call up a company and say, hey, I need help. Hey, I'm Wendy Williams. So, hey, Nisi, you, Alex, if you really who you say you are, the sister, if you really love her like you say you do, and whether you done her dirty or not, and you're really sorry about it, come and help her. Because y'all two are the main two important people who's going to help her. I don't know about Regina, Reg. If you part of it, the clan who loves Whitney, get to it and really get her back to health. Y'all spent enough money. You've had enough travels. Unless you just want this outcome to be the final outcome. It shall show. Because how she go out of here is going to highlight the hands of who was around her. Just like me. My life, my documentary, my reality show, my family, my children, and all in our story. And this, my podcast that highlights some things mentioned. My live podcast on social media. Oh yeah. Spirit of the Lord said, what's done in the dark shall come to the light. What you do behind closed doors has got to come to the forefront. Because that's the angels of the Lord working in favor, because they can't stand that grimy, dirty, low-down mess. Wendy Williams is suffering from terrible events. She's acting and speaking unprofessional. I've gone through those things. No money, I've gone through that. Nobody there, seems like I've gone through that. And not really realizing people are there and not understanding, I've gone through that. In this case, I don't really know if Wendy have anybody there in her corner or not. I'm praying and hoping that Reg come through, that Alex come through, that the sister come through, that Kevin Dream get his act together. Because, honey, you are her son and mommy needs you, baby. Your mommy needs you. Be there for her. And I'm talking out of experience for my sons. Whether I birthed them or not, I care for a lot of sons that I didn't have to. I called a lot of young boys my son that I didn't have to. And I love them like they were my sons because they are my sons. And maybe not all I birthed, okay, but so what? They were in that family. They were born from my ex-husband. And let me tell you something. Their blood is welcomed. And in that blood, I pray for the bloodline. Now to his newness, wherever he is over there doing what he's doing, God has his hands on that. Heaping coals of fire over there. Because you can't do dirty and grimy stuff and then go try to build a good life. It doesn't work that way. Spirit of the Lord, said, vengeance is mine, thus said the Lord. God said he'll repay. So you cast your cares upon the Lord. And you pray for your circle. You pray for those that you want to come in your life. You pray for your children. Wendy Williams needs help. I knew Wendy. I met Wendy. Wendy Williams told me, Sonia, I'm old enough to be your mother. I can't be your friend. But she had already been doing me grimy. And she felt bad. Wendy felt bad how she treated me and how she done family members of mine and mentors of mine like Whitney and others. And a lot of times Wendy get the truth. She get the truth. But when it came to me, Sonia, I didn't deserve that. And Wendy knew that. And she had to confess that to me. And I appreciate Wendy for that. But there were some dirty moves. And you can't come out on top. You cannot come out on top doing that. Making your success on gossip, controversial, low downness, mean girl, bragging about it. Because God's going to bring you down. Because the angels of the Lord go and report each and everything that every soul does. We have to remember that. So if you was going to get into business, you shouldn't have stayed this long. Don't go out in your old age doing a foolish type industry, business like that. But who's going to listen to me, right? So to each his own. But that's the outcome. Well, people can look and say, well, look at your life. Look at my life. Everybody got different scenarios, different outcomes for whatever different reason. But yet it is kind of similar to Wendy's with the griminess of the guardianship and the judge that was receiving money from Whitney's money from the guardianship and etc. with this bombshell corruption scandals that they got going on. Then blacklisting Wendy because she was stealing money from Wendy because she looked every bit like a crackhead. This guardianship, she looked rough and bad. The judge looked corrupt and evil and like she dangerous. She needs people to help her. They need to FaceTime her every day. Like the bloggers are saying, I agree. You need to be around her. You need to be where her well-being will be okay. Her guardianship, her finance management. FaceTime her. Check on her. Even if she in the bathroom, you need to know how long she's taking a pee or a poopy. In this case, it needs to be 24-hour care doctors around her catering to her. But not so many. Just one is enough. One should know, maybe two. And don't hire unprofessional people because it's cheap. Because you're going to get a cheap outcome. Dementia, Alzheimer's, and healthcare caregiving. They said Kevin Jr. nor I think the guardianship did not fall under the HIPAA law because that was only for healthcare facilities and workers. But they can sue for all other type of foul play called something else, you know. So that reasonable cause, that documentary highlights it on the Lifetime. They need to be investigating this girl and doing assessments. You need to keep track with who so-called friends are, family members are, lovers are. Because if she got, especially if she got a fling, a catfish or anything like that that come in, that could be doing damage. So, this is definitely a scare tactic. This is truth exposed. This is good. This needs to be aired. It needs to be reviewed. It needs to be exposed. Anything bad needs to be exposed. We need to get together and go over reform and policies all over the entire world so that the seats, the cabinets, the cabinets, who represent film, radio, TV to union societies, etc. in the entertainment business. Corporate America, healthcare, we need to get to the tables and go over these reform policies and re-edit it and update these clauses and update these policies. Get with these new legit votes. You know, but everybody in politics too busy going crazy out of their mind, and the whole world is out of their mind. Because ain't nobody got no Jesus and no God. That's what it is. These gatekeepers are the one doing this mess. Gatekeeping. They come in all shapes, sizes, genres, genders, from all parts of the world, different kinds of communities. And you'll know a dirty snake when you see one, a rat when you see one, or whatever it is vicious when you see it. So they need to be getting on that. She's been neglected, abandoned, and abused and kidnapped. She's been exploited. They need to take a quantum leap, as well as a physical litigation leap, and help Wendy Williams survive. Help her to survive. Alex, Reg, sister, Kevin Jr., and etc., who is really in Wendy Williams' corner. Be there for her and help her. I forgive Whitney. I mean, not Whitney, but Wendy, for what she's done to, you know, others. I just mentioned a name, and then myself, Sonia, and then others that I know of that she's done things and said about to make $1. We all have said something about someone, felt a way about someone, looked at someone a certain way. But making a career out of it is another thing. And what you do to people, you get that back. I can't stress that enough. I can't say it enough. How you make people feel, you get that back. You pay for that. Karma comes back. Universe is alive. It comes back. It delivers what you put out into the universe, into the air. What you left stained on the microphone, on social media. I had to live and learn that. People around me had to live and learn that. And some haven't learned anything at all. And out there in society, learn to stand for something, or you will go for anything. We have to not be controversial and use gossip tactics to build wealth. That's not where it's at. That'll never be where it's at. God, you praying to God, but yet you bragging and tapping your shoulder and clapping hands and champagne glasses and traveling the world about being controversial. Forgive me, but I'm just speaking facts. But prayers for Wendy, that she don't end up like Whitney, because they need to look after her and her well-being. And I'm going to keep my eyes open to see who's helping her. I can't fix my instinct, my thoughts to imagine, in my mind to imagine that someone is not out there helping Wendy. That there's not one person out there beside Kevin Jr. who does not love, Wendy. There's a lot of people, I'm sure, that loves Wendy. Will help her. There's a lot of people that love Sonia Chantel that are helping me. And then we have to get together and stand together. Stand with Queen. This is the Chantel Show Radio TikTok, Chantel Heart Show blog, across digital platforms. You might be listening on ED Diplomacy Alliance Podcast with the Nets on Instagram, Facebook. Also follow Facebook, Dr. Chantel with an S, Hantel Maxwell, like coffee. Shan Reacts is the updated new YouTube and as well as TikTok. Thanks for listening.